Today we're going to be looking at Sevastopol. Here we have a layout of the map. Player 1's represented by red, player 2's represented by green. We have a circle around Foxtrot because that's the main base of focus for this map. Player 1's going to start off and take Foxtrot with a transport and rifleman. Player 2's going to secure Alpha and Delta. Player 1 is responsible for Bravo and player 2 is responsible for Yankee, but we save those bases for later. So I'm going to start off with a engineer and a rifleman. I'm going to send my engineer to Delta and I'm going to send my rifleman to Alpha. Player 1 is going to take a transport and rifleman to Foxtrot. Because we are playing the Russians, we were able to beat them every time we played them to Foxtrot, but if you're playing on the Russian faction, I might suggest that you bring a tank to Foxtrot if you're wanting to grab it early, or else you wait till it's later on in the game, you have a lot of armor and you can roll in and try to take Foxtrot by force. This is a difficult map to see on because of all the buildings. Really the only thing you can do is set up a good defense and hope it holds, because if you've watched a lot of my videos, I like to use binoculars a lot and I like to see what my enemy's doing and kind of combat that, but on this map you just can't do that. So Chicken ran into some guys at Foxtrot. He got into cover. He's going to do fine. I've got minefields on Delta, and I'm going to put mines out before I even secure Delta. I'm not worried about taking the base and getting points right now. I just want to go ahead and set up a little bit of defense before I get in and get set. So I'm going to place a minefield on that bridge to wound anything that comes across. I'm going to secure Delta, and after I secure Delta, I'm going to place more minefields around the base. I'm deploying a transport and an engineer, and I'm going to take those to Yankee. If you want to bring an engineer or a rifleman, is up to you. I'm bringing an engineer because it's also a narrow path on Yankee side, and I feel that mines might come in handy. I've just upgraded Alpha, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my guys from Alpha to the building behind Delta to back up my engineers. I'm not worried about Alpha. Alpha's close enough to my spawn, so if it gets taken over, I feel comfortable enough that I can take it back. But Delta, I'm pretty worried about. So I've got engineers there, but now I'm going to have riflemen and engineers, one to back up each other. Here at Yankee, once you get there, you can look down the bridge and see what's going on at Zulu. You notice the white bars around Zulu. That means that he has engineers there, so in case the game goes deep into time, we might have to deep strike Zulu. You always want to deep strike a base that has engineers there if possible. So I was going to take Yankee, but then I decided, well, before I put him into DEFCON, I want to be sure that we got a good defense. So I'm going to place a mine on the road to Yankee because I don't want to put him into DEFCON and then I'm trying to set up my defense. You want to have your defense set up first. They're shelling Delta and it's wounding my guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them away from the base but still close enough to keep an eye on it, and I'm just going to put them in cover. The good thing about this map is because it has an even number of bases, once you go into DEFCON mode, if the enemy crashes a base, you're still in victory mode, so you just have to hold what you got. Want to be sure you have all your bases upgraded. I'm just keeping an eye on those guys. Bringing out a gunship to try to get eyes on this artillery because it's still pounding Delta, and Delta's going to go any minute here because it's been hitting for a little while now. When I get up here to the artillery, if you see, he's got a lot of stuff up here. He's got Force Recon moving in, but his artillery pieces are far enough away to where if I hit one, it's not going to hurt the other. So I put a rally point in between them, and I'm airstriking the rally point. And the airstrike takes out one artillery piece and it wounds the other. When you're dealing with level 3 or level 2 airstrikes, you want to be sure that you use them responsibly because that's a lot of points. But I was able to take out basically 2 pieces with that one airstrike and 2 big artillery pieces. Right here, the mines are doing their job. The engineers are doing theirs. They're taking out the Force Recon that's rolling into Yankee and Delta. And he's got riflemen here that was following the Force Recon. He sees my engineers here, but he's going to have to take cover because I have men in the building behind Delta, which came in handy. So now I can sit here and snipe him and wear him down eventually. Yankee was clear on the road, so I'm going to place another mine in case he sends another Force Recon down the lane. And what they did there was they WMD'd Foxtrot, and they had a man ready to walk in and take Foxtrot. Chicken was able to get eyes on the man, and so he was able to WMD the guy before he could walk in and take it. You know, it's a good thought to WMD a base and then take it, but if you're in defeat, what it means for you is that the enemy can do just what we did, which is use the WMD for defense. Once you use it, it's out there. So, as I've stated in many videos before, use the WMD for defensive purpose. Right here, my guys are in this building still, and I don't know what happened. It's another glitch I found. My guys won't shoot at them, they won't snipe them, they won't do anything. But anyway, it was late enough into the game where we already had victory. So that is how we play Sevastopol.